Wow.
My mother got me into basketball. Just seeing her play every day. I used to travel with her when she would play overseas. She was playing in WNBA and coaching, so I've always been around basketball. And I've always been abnormally large also, so it's sort of been a calling.
McGee would just run around and slap it in the hoop.
I clearly bring a championship caliber basketball and IQ and experience. I get extremely excited when it comes to winning basketball. When I got that call and I heard the fact that they were champions, it definitely put me in the state of, okay, this is the type of energy I want to be a part of.
It's great to have him in the NBL. This is Saturday Switch here in Perth. Joe Lawala-Chul will have a big task here tonight. Damien Martin, the two matched up earlier this season. Hard to know who won, but in terms of stats, McGee was pretty impressive in that particular game.
He was absolutely brilliant. I remember earlier in the week in the build-up to that game, JLA said, I don't care if JaVale McGee drops 40 on us, provided we win. And it didn't go that extreme, but he had a massive double-double. He was incredible to watch up close and personal with our seats here courtside. I can't wait to see him do his thing again. But they need more than that because he couldn't do any more in game one, and they still lost, so they need to improve again.
It sort of felt like JLA just needed to take some time to work out how to play him in that last game. He didn't really kick in until probably the second term, Damon.
Yeah, and I also think that JLA also needs to get more comfortable, or his teammates need to get more comfortable playing with him. He's such a dominant big man. I don't think the Wildcats have had a dominant big man like that in quite a while. Got to go back maybe to the Paul Rogers days. So once those both parties, if you will, get used to playing with each other, giving him the ball where he wants it, when he needs it, not going long stretches, Damo, without him getting touches, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking forward to the two big boys going together, and it's a tough ask for the coach of the Perth Wildcats. John Riley, I caught up with him just a few moments ago. Jaya, you've had a taste of this team. What did you learn from that game, particularly with JaVale, and how it all panned out, and what will you do this time round?
Yeah, look, they got two high-usage players in the pick and roll with JaVale and Harvey, but we can't discredit the other guys. Too many times you don't do that, and then all of a sudden a Blanchfield has 4 threes or a Wani has 4 or 5 threes. So obviously those two are going to get a lot of attention, but we can't disrespect the other players on the floor.
Impressive performance in your last game, especially with a couple of men down.
Yep.
You need a spread of scorers once again, to win this game.
Yeah, we need to continue to build on the way we played the other night. It was really good to get Doolittle involved as heavily as he is. It's amazing when he's involved. His offensive productivity raises, but just also our team connectivity at the offensive end goes to a different level as well.
And he ran the point on occasions as well. Will we see a bit more of that tonight?
Yeah, and look, you guys are all on me about who's the point guard, who's the not. We target matchups. We try to find the best way to initiate offense, and like between him and Jaren, him and Dante, whoever else might be out on the floor, that's their job and that's their responsibility.
David Duke Jr. comes to town. He arrives Monday. Do you expect him to play sort of next week, or what's your planning with him?
Yeah, if he's here Monday, I would plan on him playing next week, absolutely.
He's feeling a little cheeky. Here's the roller coaster ride for the Illawarra Hawks. Have a look at this, Damon. I mean, we know they're the champions. They've had a tough start to this year, but previously 4th and then last. It's a tough ride for the Hawks fans.
Yeah, I'm just looking at NBL26 season. Wow, what a glorious year that was. Yeah, look, I don't like roller coasters. Neither do the fans of Wollongong. And the Hawks, they have been going through it lately, but there's been a lot of change in the team. No excuse for getting absolutely smacked by the Phoenix last week. But I feel like Justin Tatum said in the pregame, it's early days. Yeah, I'd rather go through this adversity now than later.
Yeah, and they're sitting at 1 and 4, so at some stage they need to get a wriggle on, and that's where the pressure comes, doesn't it? The more losses, all of a sudden, they start sort of just starting to get a little nervous.
Yeah, the league's too good to try and play catch up from too far behind. Remembering they've still got 2 of their better players to return to this roster. They've got a new import that lands next week, but in the meantime, you can't just be playing the waiting game of everything will work itself out once Wildcats were at full strength. No, if that's the mindset of the Hawks, they'll be too far gone by the time they got their best players out there on the floor. They're a quality team. What they're presenting out there tonight is good enough to get the job done, but they've got to have their mindset right. They've got to be switched on, and they've got to stick to the game plan. And I believe it's going to be all about pressure defense at one end, getting out and backing themselves at the other.
What have you made of the Perth Wildcats, Damon? I mean, this season has also been a bit of a roller coaster, hasn't it? But they got themselves together against Cairns. A lot of scorers, in fact, 5 in double figures. I think 10 players scored in this game, and they had a big win.
And that's the good thing about the Perth Wildcats and the way Johnny really structures the team. He's always going to have some offensive firepower. The front court of Windler, Doolittle, and JLA is very formidable, arguably the best front court in the league. And with Windler going out, you would think, well, where's the, that's a big hole with a lot of points missing. But then guys like Elijah Pepper steps up. Sunday Detch comes back in and he contributes, as well as David Aquera. So there's plenty of weapons out there for the Wildcats, and they're spreading the load.
They certainly did on that night in particular. 32 points was the final margin. Joe led the way, no surprise there. Doolittle has been ordinary and average, I suppose, leading into that game as well. So nice to see him get amongst the points.
Well, of those 5 names, you know what you're going to get from JLA, and then Jaron Really's been super consistent all season since joining this team. But it's those middle 3 names. Christian Doolittle, first team All-NBL last season, have been down on his high standards. He was back to his best. But Elijah Pepper and Benny Henschel, I see one of those guys, if not both of them, being serious candidates for most improved players coming into the season, but both had been quiet because of the rotations. When it had Mason Jones here, they had an opportunity given to them against Cairns. Both of them played really well. They'll have another opportunity tonight before their new import gets to Australia. Let's see who makes the most of it again.
Hey, good game tonight, but tomorrow, just a little bit of juice coming up tomorrow. Sunday basketball is going to be really exciting. This man, the superstar of the competition, against another superstar of the competition. It is United up against the 36ers. There's a guy called Bryce Cotton who goes to town, and it's going to be a thriller. Don't you worry about that.
Well, that's what we've been waiting for. 1v2 at John Cain Coliseum. Chris Goldie just celebrated his 37th birthday. He's in some form. And look, what can you say, man? The price of the ticket is going to be worth it. I can't wait to get back home.
And then, of course, it's the Jack Jumpers ups against the Kings. That's going to be a beauty as well. The Kings, where are we seeing them at the moment?
Look, I'm expecting more from them again. Similar to how I spoke about the Illawarra Hawks, I was big on both teams coming into the season. But tomorrow, that doubleheader, that is a basketballer's dream.
Look at this man, 53 points. There's no doubt in my mind that Mason Jones got sacked by the Perth Wildcats. And Bryce Cotton said, I'm going to make the Wildcats look even more stupid and score 50-plus points in a game of basketball. This man can do anything.
Extremely special. We're all fortunate to be living in the same world as Bryce when he's playing basketball. And you know what, Damo? I didn't think Bryce was petty. I didn't think he was like us normal people. But I think he might have a little bit of pettiness just to stick it up the Wildcats just a little bit.
I think it's the other way, isn't it? I think just he needs something to keep on driving him. And these little things that come up, no regrets. I know he spoke about it was a high school sort of thing with his whole high school coach. But I think he just needs some motivation just to keep his brilliance rolling along.
I remember watching that 10-part series with Michael Jordan where he said he was making up stories to motivate himself. Bryce is at that level that, hey, who knows, maybe he just needs, like you said, some external motivation to keep himself going. But 53 points, one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Of course, this is the Indigenous round in the NBL, and we might head in just a moment to catch up with our Welcome to Country. Here we go, Robin Collard, part of it.
Served in the Australian Army for 3 years as a combat engineer. She has been posted to various combat engineer units with a mix of full-time and reserve service, whilst contributing to major exercises and studying to become a draftsperson. In 2025, Sapper Rain posted to the 13th Engineer Regiment here in Perth, where she has been working on projects as draftsperson. Folks, if you are able, please be upstanding, remove all hats, and join Alexander Sacosta as they perform the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Give a big round of applause. Thank you to Alexander and Staparain.
Exciting times tonight. It is the Perth Wildcats up against the Illawarra Hawks. We look forward to seeing these two teams go at it. I'll talk more about these magnificent uniforms for the Indigenous round throughout the game. But this is going to be a big night of basketball. Stay with us. We're in Perth. It's the Caddies up against the Hawks.
Well, there are beatdowns and then there are beat downs. Southeast Melbourne have come out and totally torched the defending champions.
It's a barrage. It's an avalanche. It's a typhoon. I mean, I don't even know what to say about the Illawarra Hawks. It's his attitude. It's intent.
The Phoenix have absolutely scorched Illawarra in the fire pit.
This has nothing to do with no Sam Frawley, no Dave O'Hickey. The group they got out there right now, Coach, got no business getting beat down like this. You can talk about it or you can be about it.
The defending champions have got some serious problems.
It was a 40-point margin. Not one to smile about for Illawarra, but they get a chance to redeem themselves here in Perth. We're looking forward to seeing what they can turn up here. Damon Lowry, are they injury-riddled or is it a championship hangover?
It's neither, Lockie. You're way off the mark, man. It's a lack of focus. That's all it is. Like Damo said earlier about the team, they have enough talent out there on the floor. All these men are professionals. They got some championship DNA. They just have not came out with the required amount of focus. I expect that to change tonight. As we look at Justin Tatum's whiteboard, play with some passion, damn it. Make sure you feed the beast against Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They struggle getting the ball inside to to JaVale McGee. They got to do a better job of that. And obviously, the pressure that Perth, I'm expecting them to put on them, they got to take care of the basketball.
Now, I'm wrong at home a lot, and I'm wrong, obviously, here in the commentary. But you've played in a lot of championship-winning teams. The next season, how hard is it to get yourself up, whether it be physical or mental?
Oh, it's not hard. You've had a taste of it. You want to replicate that feeling over and over again. When that final siren sounds, the confetti drops from the ceiling, you embrace your teammates, you pick up the trophy. That's why you actually get out of bed 2 or 3 days later and go, okay, let's run it back, let's go work even harder. But as for tonight's game, on John Riley's whiteboard, I expect the Wildcats are going to be prepared for full court pressure defense. I just saw Illawarra Hawks jump them last time they played each other a few weeks ago, and that was the pressure applied by Illawarra. That's why Illawarra went into quarter time up on the scoreboard. Score as a team, they're down Dylan Winlard. Mason Jones has been sent home. We saw a few players step up in their previous outing against Cairns. They're going to need some collective offense again. And thirdly, attack the rim. When they look down the other end, they're seeing one of the biggest teams in the league and possibly the best shot blocker we've seen here in the NBL in a long, long time in JaVale McGee. But you still got to get in the keyway, pressure the ring, and get involved.
Damon, 20-10 it was at quarter time in the round 3 clash between these two teams. The Hawks off to a flyer, and Damo mentioned it, their full court press was on fire.
Yeah, it was, and that's the thing. They got to get that back to that, but be more consistent with it. Sometimes it comes and goes. You never know how long they can sustain that pressure for. So there's been some soul searching going on in the last few days, so we'll see if they can come out and do that.
We just saw a shot of Jesse Wagstaff a couple of weeks ago. He caught one to the larynx and he fractured that, and then against the Cairns Taipans, caught one to the eye. He's had a tough time, the old fella.
Let's hope we can get a close-up of it. I went and said good day to him a little time before he went out there on the floor, and that eye is very, very purple. There's plenty of stitches in there, but he is as tough as they come, so there was no way he was going to miss tonight's game.
Do you expect him to play more minutes, or is what he's doing right now what you expect from a Jesse Wagstaff?
They're always going to throw him out there to see what he brings, but it's going to be for short spurts. They're expecting to see more consistently from the Henshaws, from the Peppers, from other players, because he is Mr. Consistent. He's reliable, but they're looking for other players to step up.
All right, we're looking forward to this. Don't you worry about that. Going to be about 12,000 in the house here in the jungle. But the big boys, they're ready to wrestle underneath the basket. That will be the showpiece right here in the jungle.
I'm a hoop head. I just love hooping. I get paid to hoop, so I just stick to hooping.
Big Joe attacks the rim, though. LA will get a score. Malala.
He has been brilliant.
I just love playing basketball, and the more opportunities I get to play, I want to take advantage of.
There's the big man, McGee. Oh, my goodness me. This could be interesting as he did, and he's had it blocked. Run around and slap it in the hoop. These two boys are going to have a real crack all night. So good to have your company, and these two boys we're very excited to see in action. We got a bit of a taste of what it's like in round 3. Now we get a repeat of it, and I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
Well, it didn't disappoint the first time they met. You know, look at that matchup in round 3. Both were incredible. JaVale in particular in that first half, he really got the Hawks going, but then it looked like JLA figured out how he could potentially go off the dribble. Instead of trying to go back to the basket on the low block, he said, no, I'm going to stretch him out a little bit, use my speed, use my quick first step, and he scored multiple times that way in the second half.
McGee's been averaging around 25 minutes per game. JLA in the 30s. Do you think JaVale will step up a little bit more in minutes, or is that a good amount of time for him?
No, I feel like JaVale should be around the 32-minute mark. He might disagree. Justin Tatum might disagree, but I feel like he got to stay out of foul trouble, and his teammates have got to find him early, because if he gets a little bit fatigued and gets subbed out, that's when all of a sudden there's no interior scoring. So I would like to see him go to him early, get his confidence up. He should play 7 to 8 minutes a quarter easy.
All right, well, it's been a tough and a great time being a fan of the Illawarra Hawks. We've seen the very best of them, don't you worry about that. Last year, it was one of the great seasons of all time. Just a great story, but Damo, they last at the moment. They were 4th a couple of years back and then last. This is a tough road for the Hawks fans.
It is a tough road, but they've been there from the start. They've had plenty of success, plenty of unfortunately bad moments as well, but this is not a team that's going to finish with the wooden spoon this NBL season. season. I can all but guarantee you that. They've got plenty of good basketball ahead of them. They've got players returning, a new import coming in, but it starts tonight as far as I'm concerned for them to turn the corner and start making their run towards climbing that ladder.
I hate to bring up footy, but I will at the moment because I'm a Melbourne fan, right? So Melbourne didn't win a premiership for 150 years. They finally got one, and now they've fallen back down the ladder a bit. And I don't care, because I saw a championship. I saw a premiership. Do you think Hawks fans will be sitting there going, we saw a championship, we ended the drought, we're okay for a couple more years?
Yes, how much time does a championship buy you? But one thing you can't have is you got to at least be competitive for another championship. Nobody's that unrealistic. They can think you can win 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. But you got to be competitive, and you got to at least make the playoffs and give yourself a chance.
A real test for the Perth Wildcats. They came up trumps on Wednesday night against the Cairns Taipans. Real good spread of scorers. They all got amongst the action. In fact, 10 of them scored, and 5 of them in double figures.
Well, Joe Loala Jr., he's been brilliant all season, so you expect those types of numbers. 24. Jaron really has been great since given opportunity with the Wildcats. It's those middle 3 players, Doolittle, Pepper, Henschel. Expect to see all 3 continue that type of form. They're so important to the success of this Perth Wildcats team.
It's Indigenous round here in the NBL. Annalie Maley joins us now courtside. And Annalie, these jerseys looks absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, the jerseys are so cool, and the vibe in this stadium, let me tell you something, it feels like more than 12,000 right now. The jerseys, it's hard to watch the actual basketball because the artwork is absolutely unreal. But yeah, I can't wait to see some of the key matchups tonight, see some more from the players like Deck and Pepper. But yeah, keep an eye on those jerseys. It's hard to go to be look at anything else.
Good on you, Annalie. The starting 5 making their way out onto the court. Joe Loala with a big job here this evening. Christian Doolittle. It was interesting to see him run the point at times in the game against Cairns. He's a big man, but he's got good handles.
Hey, Christian Doolittle, the focus that he has, he didn't want any birthday celebrations. That guy is all about his business. He will literally do whatever it takes to win.
Do you like this starting 5 for Perth? It mixes up a bit. No Windler. We're still waiting for the new import to come to town. Aquera is into the 5 as well.
Yeah, it's the starting 5 out of necessity because not everyone's available right now, but they were the same only a couple of nights ago and they lived up to it. And I love David Aquera being brought into it because he's an energy guy. JLA expecting to put points on the board. David will do all the little things in between.
Got the 8 points against Cairns, so he lived up to the hype. And of course, we take a look at Illawarra. They also have a couple of injuries, a couple of really important injuries, and also waiting on a new import. Their starting 5, well, there's some rock solid players in there. Wani has been pretty good this season. I've liked the way he attacks it, and not only defensively, but also on the offensive end as well.
Number 2, Jackson Ball.
Yeah.
He's getting a start. 17 years old, 18 max. Justin Tatum loves what he brings. You know what he brings? Fearlessness. Apparently he's been training the house down, and he gave him his start right now, so let's see who he goes to, and good luck to the youngster.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic to see. So the 2 teams ready to go here in Perth. As I said, around 12,000 in the house. And a big game for both these teams. The Illawarra Hawks sit at the bottom at the moment. Damo says they won't be there for long. They're 1 win, 4 losses. But of course, the Perth Wildcats, 4 wins, 3 losses. They sit in 4th coming into this game. Things can change very quickly, though. Saturday night hoops underway. Big day tomorrow, of course, as well. It's all about here in Perth. Ball gets an early touch. Here's Tyler Harvey. Middling outside and drops the 3. Good hammer to start us.
Great offensive step to start the game, and plenty of confidence would have been made from that one. Everyone got a touch, and the result is 3 points.
Doolittle. Looking to JLA and Henschel. Needing to get a little bit of confidence. He was under the pressure, and he was fouled as well as he went to the basket. So it was on the floor, so...
Yeah, Tyler Harvey pushed him in the back. I love an aggressive Ben Henschel. Like, he's never going to lose belief in himself, but sometimes he might take shots early in the offense, but that got through some hands, and that was a great opportunity to be aggressive.
So the foul before the shot. Inbounds for Perth, 3-play zip. Illawarra starting the game. Body contact there for Henschel. Now Doolittle. Marnie looking after him. Doolittle works his way inside the key. Never misses from there. Too easy for the Do. again, a lot of responsibility, but he's up against also Jaron Riley, who's been a live wire so far this season for Perth. Beetling again from outside. That one a little short. One, he did very well. Ball shooting away, just a little short. Unfortunately for him, that would have been a nice confidence booster.
Damo, I see David Aquarius going to JaVale McGee, and JLA is the weak side helper. You cool with that matchup? Oh, tough.
Well, they tried it the last time they played because McGee got off to such a hot start that they almost now use JLA as a second defender on McGee, which means Peatley's going to have that open look from behind the three-point line. He's knocked down one, he just missed one there, but that shot will be available if they continue with this defensive structure with the Wildcats saying, okay, McGee, if you can beat Aquera, there's still going to be a second big you got to get by.
They did do it in round 3, didn't they? At half-time, they seemed to play Doolittle more on McGee.
Yep.
So this has been the change so far. The big man goes to the line, a little short on his first one. 3 plays 2.
One.
He drops the second to square us up. Here's Wani looking inside. Aquera overran it. Loose pass. Will be trapped. No, Doolittle couldn't pick it up. And McGee says, I'll finish the play. Far too big.
7'6" wingspan, but you can see JaVale McGee is going to get doubled as Benny Hitchell hits a nice little short baseline J. Damo, I feel like there's only 2 people in the league that you need to double when they touch it. It's that man, JaVale McGee, and Bryce Cotton.
Yeah, you're not going to get any arguments from me there. Maybe there's a couple of other names that will come to mind with those two as a bare minimum you've got to get after.
Henshaw goes for the big long shot. It'll be cleaned up though. JLA finishes the play.
JLA may have heard your comments then, David, and said, hang on, hang on.
So Aquera takes on McGee. Little handoff to Harvey. And a foul there for Henschel.
Damon, where do you sit with them playing McGee at the high post? You know, he's basically playing at an elbow, sometimes three-point line extended. Do you want to see him saying, you know what, I've got a shorter guy, a smaller guy on me, let's just roll it down into the block?
Exactly, at least some of the time. Like out here right now, he's asking too much. He's not going to hurt you out there. He doesn't shoot threes. Yes, he can put the ball on the floor and face up, but I would like to see him just go to the front of the rim. You guys still got that Mitsubishi Motors logo in here? Yep, there it is. Just go stand right there.
Can we get a telephone directory for Damon? He couldn't see over the LED lights.
I want a higher chair.
Stand up, mate. We'll let you stand up if you want. We're in the face of McGee.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh, dear
he can play wherever he wants, Damo.
He can sit at the three-point line if he wants.
I'm just taking some egg off my face. It's horrible timing.
Oh, dear, the Amy replay will be one to watch. We'll play it about 20 times, don't you worry. JLA down the other end, working his way inside the key. And the foul, McGee wants a review of that. He said, I got nothing of it. Here we go.
Oh, thank you, Amy. Thank you so much. David Aquera, too aggressive. Get out of the way. Wow.
You're a beautiful thing, Amy.
One dribble, Damo, from the three-point line. That's like Giannis.
And I said he has to get past 2 bigs if he wants to score with the defensive game plan of the Wildcats. He said, yep, 2, bring on 3.
One rattles around for Illawarra Chul. They're all tied up. 3 minutes gone. It's been plenty of action so far in this game. Already a massive highlight. Get another shot.
We saw arguably, Damo, one of the greatest defensive possessions of all in quite a while from Tyrell Harrison that Brisbane game when he knocked 2 shots in a row off the rim for the win. JLA is struggling.
He is struggling from the line. Don't you worry about that. It's another miss for him. Harvey, Peatling. McGee says, you have it back. Now into the corner he goes. Good ball movement. Just couldn't make it go. Aquera came off his hands, did it, and out of court. Tough one to see.
One is a bullock. That is 2 possessions he's earned his team when they had no right coming up with it.
So a change straight away. Jesse Wagstaff onto the courts. So does Jess go to McGee?
Oh, Jesse.
Yeah.
Double's got to come.
They might be similar ages, but I don't think Jesse will mind me saying slightly different athletic ability.
Let's see how he goes. He's really being aggressive, and that one will drop in. As I said, defensively, we know how good he is.
Wani had a 0-point game last against Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, so he wanted to come out and make amends. Justin Tatum is asking for more offensive productivity out of Wani.
So Doolittle turnaround, doesn't go. Lots of shots missing at the moment. Good pressure from Henschel. It'll be a Wildcats ball. His defense and his hustle has been a lot better this season.
Well, it's his third season in the league, I believe, and I think he came in with a bit of a reputation of only really priding himself at the offensive end. I thought he took some steps up last season, but this season in particular, he's taken his defensive ability to another level again.
Annalie Maley is looking after us courtside. It's 9-7, Annalie. We'll come back to Annalie in a moment as Doolittle is really aggressive. That one was tapped away. Wani on the charge. Up against Joe Lawala. Oh, very nice off the glass for two.
Okay, Wani. In transition, you have to run any offense. If you get a defense to stop and push it.
Good little patch here for Illawarra. Joe Lawala doesn't mind having a shot from outside three. Hasn't nailed too many so far this season. It's 25 from the field and a blocking foul called on this occasion. Goes on JLA.
Two big men that can handle the ball, Damo. JLA can step out on the three-point line. He hasn't hit one from out there, but he can face up and put the ball on the floor and attack most bigs off the dribble. Him and JaVale McGee are two of the most athletic bigs we've seen in quite a while.
Let's go back to Annalie now as a couple of Wildcats rest up. Annalie.
Guys, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I had some really great things to say. You just missed it. No. Hey, when Benny got that stop, just before someone from the crowd yelled out, "That's our Bryce stopper." So, hey, they've already got that ready to go for when he comes out here.
Yeah, good luck. That one missed for the big man, Pepper. Had a good game on Wednesday. Starts this one off well with a 2. Here's Harvey.
Red Arm is not hurt at all, are we? Already calling Bryce stoppers despite they're not even playing Adelaide.
That's it. Here's the big man shooting away from 3. That one misses. A little bit of momentum now for the Wildcats. Dante has it. Doolittle tempted to shoot. Hand in the face at the right time from Harvey.
Young Noah getting some early minutes. Johnny went to him early in the last game as well.
Had a good game too against Kansas. It'll have to go into the hands of Wagstaff, reaching in and doing a really good job. McGee forced the turnover. Now the pass. Wani again aggressive, and it'll drop in as well. He'll draw the foul and go to the line.
It's amazing what aggression can do. Wani Swakala-Bullock came out in this game. You can just tell last game would not have sat right with him for a week. As we check the Amy replay, good shot fake, hard to the basket. Earns himself an and 1.
So once again, Illawarra come to Perth and start well. It's only early though, but this has been encouraging. 13 plays 9. Swakala-Bullock on the line to try for the 3-point play. A little firm though on the shot. Quick outlet, Wagstaff on the run. Missed the shot though, no foul. John really not happy. It'll be a Hawks ball.
Damo, how did Jesse get ahead of the pack like that?
I told you, similar athletes, mate. I just compared him to McGee. I want to see a replay of that because we've got John really crying out for a foul. Jesse didn't seem too happy with it whatsoever. But at the end of the day, there's no way anyone should be that wide open after shots, after a free throw.
Pressure comes on Harvey. Maintains control. Big, bold and aggressive as well. And it's another foul called on the Wildcats. Wagstaff will be called for that one. Here's the complaint from Willie.
Oh, no.
Really?
Clean.
It looked pretty clean to us. He just jumped straight past him. And then down the other end, Jesse gets called for the foul.
And that was a pretty decent wall up, too, by Jesse. He got 2 defensive stops on JaVale McGee previously.
Two quick ones to Jesse, so he's going to get subbed out. We see Latmain come in.
Lat's got all the talent in the world, Damo. Hasn't quite found a real comfortable home yet. Was in Cairns and in Adelaide. What kind of an impact do you think he can have here with some consistent minutes?
Oh, I thought it was a big pickup in the off-season. I was all about a big fan of what he was doing up there as a Cairns Taipan. And he's kind of under that same umbrella, same category as the Elijah Peppers, as the Benny Hensels. I just think there's a position available for someone to be the sixth man off the bench consistently, and that could be a Lat Mayan.
Be quiet, Damo. Burgers, 2 misses.
Apologies.
Don't keep talking when it's all about burgers. Hungry Jack's looking after us. 3 the code words. As there's a foul inside.
When you get there, tell him Jonah sent you.
Make sure you get your burgers through via the NBL app. 3 is that word. So 13-9. Noah will go to the line.
Now, he is the player I want to see step up. Jonah Bolden, about 12 months ago, Locke, you and I sat here courtside calling a game, and he was absolutely incredible. Best player on the floor by a mile. I want to see more of that aggressive nature, not just shooting threes, but also going off the dribble, as we saw him attack the rim previously. He has it all. I just want to see him bring it to the surface.
Locke gets his first. Still 4 minutes remaining till quarter time. And 2 for 2 for the youngster.
I was here early, Locke, and I was 2.5 hours, and Noah was out there getting a lather up, working out. Good to see the work ethic on the youngster.
Absolutely. Now he's got a big task as Bolden faced up to him. Now Harvey, hand in the face from Lat Mayan, little step back. He was under pressure. Oh, Bolden over the top. That was fantastic stuff, strong work. Good legs for so Nancy, ran into his own player. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Time ticking away, still 10 on the shot clock. He's going to try and do it all himself at the moment. The pressure was absolutely immense and fantastic, though. In the end, he couldn't make the play. Ball movement terrific for Illawarra, and swish goes Tyler Harvey.
Full credit to Bawali Bales. He created all of that defensive pressure. That's how he can affect the game.
Into the corner, Lat Mayan shooting away and scoring. Averages just the 3 points a game for Perth. A little bit more as a sixer. Down the other end, man who can shoot. That time couldn't make it. It's Blanchfield. Ball getting some more action, which is good to see for the youngster. Set up for Harvey again to go nuts, and he'll shoot away, but couldn't make it go. Bit of a roller coaster ride at the moment. 18-14 is the score. Pass a little loose one. They'll have to reset it again. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Doolittle with the 2. That was immense under pressure from Christian Doolittle.
That first step was lightning.
Bales has it. Harvey been really good. Great pass into the corner. Blanchfield. Oh, look at Bolden. He is just loving it at the moment. Strong as an ox underneath the hoop, taking rebounds. Bales again says, come to help me out. Now he'll take on Russo Nance. Lots of spinning going on. Back out to Bolden. That one on the shot clock couldn't go, so plenty of shots, but nothing really dropping in the last minute or so.
Yeah, frantic pace as well. Plenty of ball movement there, but they're playing high speed. There's going to be some substitutions required just due to fatigue shortly.
So Nance looking to give it to Doolittle. He likes the matchup of Blanchfield. He'll just slowly work his way in. He goes at his own pace. Quick pass out. Dante, that one doesn't go. Look at Noah. That was great by Noah.
Let him know, Noah.
He's pumped about it as well. He gets the 2. And he's keen to go to the line to make it a 3-point play.
This
The
just
Amy
work
replay.
rate. It's just work rate. Caught Jonah relaxing a little bit. And you look at this team he had out there on the floor for that possession, Damo. A young Dante Russo-Nance, a young Elijah Pepper, a young Noah. Johnny is not having any hesitation in putting the young legs out there with some high energy.
Well, I was going to say, he just needs to match the energy of the Hawks. I thought the Hawks had the tempo in their favour, and so JL went to his youngsters saying, go and keep up and back yourself in.
He scored the 8 points against Cairns, so he's coming off a really good game. He's already up to 4 at the moment. couple of rebounds as well, which is handy. Makes that a three-point play.
He must be the greatest free throw shooter we've seen as Wildcats. They didn't even line up there.
They knew it was going in.
Can't remember the last time I saw that.
And he's resting. Keep him on, JR.
JR gave him a nice enthusiastic high five, too.
Crucial minute here for both teams. McGee's back on the court, which is good news for the visitors. Froling also getting a run. He looks down to the low post. JLA trying to stop the spin move, trying to stop the shot, but you can't.
Damo, when he drop steps, that step is so long. There was no help defense there. You just have to hope he missed.
He's got 6 points already in this game. Sunday Detch, good to see him getting some minutes. The calf injury in the off-season, a couple of games now. Hit some big threes on Wednesday. That one misses off targets. So a good chance here for the Hawks to extend this lead. Going to quarter time. Bales from ball. Bales runs into a brick wall. Froling settles and shoots a big baskets.
But Wally Bales is playing some great basketball. Penetrating, finding open shooters, getting his team good shots. A very impactful quarter for Wally.
And a great start for the visitors. They've flown into town, the Hawks, and they led it by 4 at quarter time. 23 plays 19. Welcome back to Perth, the Indigenous round in the NBL. And the Illawarra Hawks led at 23-19, third straight time Perth have lost the first quarter at home this season. They need to fix these things up. The second time, the Hawks have won in the first quarter here in Perth, so they start well. And goes out of courts. Cats will get the ball back.
Wandy's playing both ends of the floor, good block. Fighting hard, getting over screens. Harry Froling starts this quarter. Sunday Detch for the Wildcats is out there.
Henschel shooting away. That's an air ball. Let's go to Annalie, who was listening to Illawarra. Annalie.
Yeah, coach was pretty hot on their intensity. He said he wanted to start this quarter the way they just finished the last one. Super happy with the way they're playing defense, but wants them to keeping their hands out, forcing hard shots. Another thing I thought that was interesting, he said as soon as they score, I want to get the ball in quick. Whether it's a guard, whether it's a big, he wants to push them in their defensive transition and really test to see if Perth can run with them.
Good on you, Adelaide. Oh, a couple of air balls to get us underway in this second term. Shooting like me, Damo.
Oh, I'm glad you said you guys. You could have thrown it to either as you leave Damon out of it.
No,
there's a couple of options.
They haven't shot bricks yet.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. I said I wasn't going to have a crack at you. Let myself down again. JLA working his way in, and the goal tap of the net's goaltending. The big long arms went straight through the net and straight out the other side of the hoop as well. So 2 points will count for Jolo Alachuli. He has 5. The Geese leading the way with 6.
Well, Annalee mentioned that Tatum wants to keep the tempo nice and fast out there for the Hawks, and they went into quarter time 7-2 when it came to fast break points. That just looks too easy. That 1-2 punch, Harvey to McGee, nice easy dunk.
Barely even jumped as well. Here's Henschel deciding to shoot. That's a little short. Tries to follow it up with the rebound. Good hands from Dedgeford diving after it. And unfortunately for Wani, just rolled out of court. But his desperation, he's setting the tone, isn't he?
That is 100% right, Lockie. His effort plays like that the team was lacking against Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. So I'm not surprised they've come out with this type of intent. But Perth are not going anywhere, only down by 4.
I know he's been around for quite some time, but, you know, I grew up, Wani was just like a little kid always here in Perth, and now you look at him, he's a grown man, and he's throwing himself around.
He's put together a hell of a career. In my final season, he was still with us, and I want to say I remember having a players-only meeting. I was sitting at one end of the table, he was at the other, and I remember looking and going, he's 17, I'm 34, this is weird. It's probably time to hang up the boots. What's he won? 3 championships already, maybe, or 4?
Yep.
He's probably the best player on the floor so far this game, but this is him to a T, just all effort, all hustle, and don't get me wrong, there is plenty of skill there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's Henschel really trying to work his way into the game, and that's a beauty of a fadeaway jump shot for 2. Fouling, all the big men keen to get hold of the ball and bring it up the court. Ball did look like a little bit of a travel, but not called. In it goes. McGee spinning around. He is unstoppable.
Damo, it's just an absolute cheat code. Great job by Tyler Harvey. There's been a lot of conversation, Damo, whether Tyler Harvey should be playing a point or off the ball or not. Jaron really gets a nice layup. But when he's on the ball, when he's at the point, he's just got to take care of it. Sometimes he can be a little bit erratic. He had 4 turnovers last game. But plays like that, keep it simple, it looks great.
So JLA is back on McGee as one. He shoots away. He's doing it at both ends right now. 30 plays 25. Aquera shooting for 3. JLA traps it back, tempted to pass it inside, back out to Riley. Uses a little short, well done to Sunday, trying to set an example for his team. And pressure comes on to Riley, so 8 on the shot clock. Henschel shooting. So many bodies flying everywhere. There's going to be a foul called for sure. It was Aquera just throwing his man out the way.
And that man he just threw around is a 17-year-old, built like a brick outhouse with not an ounce of fear in his body. He set up, he boxed out David Aquera and just kind of frustrated him. Got Aquera to give him a kind of a reckless foul, but man, whatever happened to 17-year-olds, Damo being a little bit tentative.
I was still sleeping with a nightlight. Weighed about 40 kilos, and I'm looking down at Jackson Bourne. He's a grown man.
He certainly is. 30 plays 25, and before the game, I caught up with Tyler Harvey after what was a pretty average effort from the Hawks. What have you done to get better? I mean, it wasn't the greatest performance last time around or last game that you had.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can imagine what practices can be like when you're, you know, sort of in the trenches a little bit, but sometimes you need that, and it revitalizes the team, and I think that's what it hopefully did for us. So, like I said, it's a long season. You have to take it one game at a time, but you just want to make your style of play something you can be proud of, and we haven't done that for 40 consecutive minutes, maybe one game this year, so we're hoping to put together some consistency.
Let me ask you, Damo, even though you probably didn't do a whole lot of losing, well, not in the Perth days, maybe West Sydney you can speak about, the city spirit. But what was your training sessions like after you had a really embarrassing performance? Well, how did you guys set the tone?
Look, it's one of those things that you don't get to this level, or at least you don't have a prolonged stay at this level unless you are self-motivated. After a loss, you just dread the next 24 hours because you know you don't have team training. You just want to get back out there on the floor, get redemption, then more importantly, have a good week under the belt before you can actually get out under the bright lights and finally get back into the winners column. So yes, you can watch video. Yes, you can have some tough, player-only meetings. The reality is it comes down to what you're doing on the floor Monday through Friday and then making sure you can back it up with the performance when it really matters.
5 points is the margin here. Annalie Maley was listening into the Wildcats camp. Annalie.
Yeah, JR was saying that he wants to fix the matchup and try and send Doolittle to McGee whenever possible. And then on top of that, he said, we're getting the right shots, but step up and shoot with confidence. He said, we're looking a little hesitant. So he's liking the shots they're seeing, but they're just not dropping.
So we'll see how we go here.
And they're not dropping. They're 1 of 10 from behind the three-point line. In saying that, though, the Hawks aren't much better. They're 4 of 13, so both struggling for 3.
Wildcats go to a 2-3 zone. Be careful. Giving up.
Harvey just a little off target on that occasion. Quick ball movement, Doolittle. Wants it in the hands of Henschel, and there's an offensive foul. That's green. A little full on from Doolittle. So the even spread of scorers for the Cats. No one really standing out, but on the other side of it, McGee has 10 points already to his name. And Wani has 9, so they're the key players at the moment. They've still got Harvey up their sleeve. You know he's going to get on a roll at some stage. Peatling allows to shoot. That was never going to be on because the double team was always ready to go. Mayan to really. Henschel being active. Now to Doolittle. Pass it down. JLA like this matchup. The youngster got a challenge on his hands. He worked his way to the key. Off balance, rattled around. And Peatling came to help with a good rebounds.
And that's the scouting report. You want to send JLA to his left. He can still make that shot, but his efficiency drops a little bit. And there's another dribble handoff into an illegal screen. I'm surprised we don't see more of those. Or sometimes they want to refs. Do they anticipate that call, that being a foul?
I think the defense can sell it a little bit. I think we're seeing 2 examples of that. And you've got to call something because the defender's completely out of position, and it was because of the offense not setting that screen properly.
They pass a little astray. Here's Harvey, pressures on him. Got 2 going at him, but he's good enough to get through them and all the way to the rack for 2 more.
Has he got the best float game in the NBL?
Unquestionably, yes. Not even up for debate.
Out to 7 now. Pressure on Perth. Doolittle trying to ease that pressure a touch. That a bit firm off the glass. That was really good D.
Look at the big fella.
He's got some speed about him. Backs into the basket, loses possession, no. Quick pass to Henschel for 2. They needed that, Perth. Up and down we go, though. Harvey not settling. My goodness me, Tyler. Oh, that one doesn't go.
The herky-jerkiness.
Just reaching in there is ball. Not a bad foul in the end, just slowed him down because that was up and down. And Perth probably had the better of that last 30 seconds or so. It's 32-27.
Damon's going to have to see a local chiropractor after this if we go to the Amy replay, because every time we've seen an impressive move, you just see him throwing himself on the commentator's seat.
Whose tempo does this favor, Damo?
Oh, I think the Hawks. I think the Hawks can sustain it longer, provided every time they go to the bench, whoever they sub on are willing to keep with it. As you see Bale sub on, he's more than willing to keep this tempo.
So Pepper will just keep it in. That was pretty good stuff in the ends. They'll pass it to the low post. Bolden has some work to do, and out of courts was JLA.
I like to see JLA get his post touches a little deeper. I know he can face up. It's a tough kind of dilemma. He wants to face up, but teams are sending him to his left hand. He tried to go right. There was no room on the baseline. I like to see him just post up deep in the key. Oh, Mason.
That was a good spin, though. Just couldn't finish the play. And then nearly stolen by Bolden. So plenty of action. 32-27 the score here in Perth. Doolittle opens up for 3. Little short, Pepper. That one rolls around as well. Groans from the fans. They're riding every bump and every missed shot at the moment. Bales. Tawani now looking inside. Here's Bales again, keen to take on the big man. The jump shot was under pressure, and another rebound for Perth. 32-27 the score. Doolittle got round the corner.
Good pass.
Henschel a little firm on that occasion. And Bolden hauls in a big board on the break. Ball under pressure, had it stripped out of his hands, but there was a foul in there as well. So the frenetic pace is entertaining to watch, isn't it?
I'm getting tired just watching it, but that was good ball movement there by the Wildcats, and then Doolittle gets in the key, kicks it out for a three. I don't mind that look whatsoever. Benny Henschel can knock it down, but unfortunately tonight has not been the night for three-pointers. Wildcats now just 1 of 14.
Well, a couple of weeks ago in the home game, I think leading into Brisbane, they were shooting at like 25%, which was the worst ever this competition has ever seen. If we'd stopped the season then, that would be the worst ever. So it's improved only slightly, and tonight's percentage will bring it back down again.
And you want to be able to find other ways to score. If your three ball isn't falling for you, we've all been there. I've been there more than most. That you still got to be able to get yourself some kind of easy buckets, draw some fouls, get to the free throw line. Right now, the Hawks have shot 5 free throws for the game.
So the presence, though, under the basket from the Hawks has been good. If it's not McGee, it's Bolden standing there. And Peatling's also done some handy work. So a little bit of intimidation. Here we go, maybe Doolittle. That basket won't go. Now we're over to the top, couldn't haul it in. Blanchfield, now to Harvey. Double team comes, that leaves Blanchfield open to swish away.
He has made a career out of that, but like you said, this tempo is frantic. It has no signs of slowing down whatsoever at the moment.
37-27 is the score. The Tangerine timeouts here as the two teams have a little bit of a chat. McGee with 10 points and leading the way for Perth. Well, it's a little tough. It's 6 points for Ben Henschel. That's as high as it goes. Now, of course, to celebrate Indigenous round across rounds 6 and 7, support your team this season and purchase one of their jerseys available at the NBLstore.com.au or scan the QR code to check them out. Do you like them? I reckon they're always really good, aren't they? The Perth Wildcats one was designed by artist Richard Kicketts. His design captures the club's evolving journey over the years. And the Hawks, which I really do like, is Glenn Sutherland, a proud Indigenous man. And Glenn has been painting for 20 years. The colours purple, pink and brown represent different parts of the landscape. The blue represents the water after a rainfall. So well done to those gentlemen on great designs, and make sure you purchase it.
Every single one of them are stunning.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, Brisbane Bullets.
Yeah.
They tried that one out. I went, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every one of them awesome.
So 10 points to margin. This has been really good, Damo. I mean, last time, round 3, we keep going back to that game, but it's always a good comparison. This is where Perth sort of made their run and made a real game of it. But at the moment, Illawarra have got all the answers.
Well, in round 3, they figured out how to exploit the Illawarra Hawks pressure full court. We haven't seen them do that so far. As I say that, it gets a layup.
He does get a layup. Annalie Maley listened in. She's been busy. She listened in to both camps during that 1 minute. That is a talent, Annalie.
Yeah, guys, I ran so fast. It would have been a blur. You'd be like, what is that? Anyway, really wants everyone to step up with more confidence. He said we look way too indecisive. So I guess that was good to see Dante come down the lane just then. And then from the other end, he wants his team to run. He said he wants to get his bigs on the rim, his guards to get out into the corner, Illawarra that is. They want to run and they want to continue to punish the lack of defensive pressure that Perth are giving them.
Here's Doolittle. He's under enormous pressure, still scores the 2.
Christian Doolittle, loves that spot. Anywhere in the mid-range, but when you got a 17-year-old on you, and Christian Doolittle is like, he has to shoot this demo just on sheer pride alone. He wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing he let a 17-year-old stop him from taking that shot.
And it's not the first time we've seen him shoot or make that play. Like, I'd be disappointed right now if I was Jackson Ball and my teammates, because he should have had someone at the bare minimum hedging and pretending like they're going to come and double. Christian is a very efficient player, but when he starts going into his shot, he rarely passes it. That should have been a double team.
Can I ask Damo, a little bit of chatter during the week about maybe John really playing too many players and giving too many minutes spreading them across the team. Would you like to see more of their star players playing bigger minutes?
Well, like going back to the question, he renowned previously for probably having a short bench insofar as a smaller rotation.
And it worked well.
I think it's testament to the fact that he hasn't established who that sixth player is, seventh, eighth, because consistently they haven't really done that. JLA, he's been brilliant all season. Dylan Windler, I think he's ticking all the boxes. But outside of those two, I don't know who I could say has been the Perth Wildcats' third best player all season so far.
They'll get an imports in the coming days. So too will Illawarra. So these two teams will be hopefully strengthened up to take on the big boys. Might be hard to stop Melbourne United at the moment, though. They are looking the goods. Don't you worry about that as points continue to add up for Illawarra.
Another great penetration for Bawali Bales. Got into the key. Didn't try to force up anything tough. Found Jonah Bona for a layup.
Here's Pepper, has to put it on the floor. Dante now forced to shoot. And Bolden again. Another great rebounds. Setting it up again. We're not too far away from half-time. Jonah Bolden with the 5 rebounds so far. He's also amongst the points with 4. Marnie's shot a little firm. Falling over is Dante. Still kept possession, but then lost it. No, got back into the hands of his teammate. Dante will get it back again to Detch into the corner. Pepper, there was a hand in the face. It was good defence in the end from Blanchfield. Just got there to put enough pressure on. And the basket missed probably in the end. Someday probably should have shot it.
Yeah, he saw Pepper, a renowned three-point shooter, and thought, I'm going to get it to the corner as quickly as I can. But great defence, great read by Toddy Blanchfield. He might have even got a piece of that. They're letting the play, the refs. The refs are absolutely, this is a physical game. This is more like a finals type referee game, in my opinion. Just the 7 fouls called so far this quarter.
So we're ticking away. A little over a minute remaining. Harvey's been superb. It's been dangerous. And now he's caught one to the face.
Christian Doolittle said, my fault for hitting you in the face, but the refs missed it.
Hales' shot was a little firm as well. So here we go, under a minute to half-time. The Hawks lead it by 9. They've kept Perth to 32 points in this first half. Long shot from a long way out. JLA gets the rebound. He's strong, but he can't make the play. And Blanchfield grabs the rebounds.
Yeah, that's a foul 9 times out of 10. Another good pass. Get it out of there!
Still alive, though, for the Hawks. They got time on the clock to make him pay. Pass out wide, Bolden. Round the back he goes. Blanchfield's in the corner. He's calling for it. Bales just has to send up a loose one.
Jonah should have shot that 3. Sorry, Lockie. Jonah should have shot it. But Wally missed a wide open Toddy in the other corner. But Damo, this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes I feel like the Wildcats are not used to playing with a guy like JLA. He's got 5 shot attempts, and 2 of them was off an offensive rebound.
I feel like they're trying to keep up with the tempo that the Hawks are presenting them with this high-paced game. But the reality is slowing it down, as they used to say, take air out of the ball. If they can control it at the offensive end, when they're getting, Christian in the position Christian's wants, but more specifically, JLA with ball in hand wherever he wants it, where he's not too low and can't go one direction. Yeah, they've got to play to their strengths, and for me, at the offensive end, that's getting the ball in Joe's hands.
So here's really time ticking away. Keen to take it himself, and he does. That was strong work, and they desperately needed it. But still, it's the Hawks leading the way. They're 41-34. And McGee has 10 points to his name. Perth Wildcats shooting from three-point line is 5%, Damien Martin. 5%. And they're 34 from the field.
Like 5.9. That's rounded up.
Okay.
1 of 17.
6%.
17.
Wow. And on the flip side of that, 45% for the Hawks from the field and 27 from the three-point line. Let's head to Annalie with the star of the game so far.
You got 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Do you feel like you should be getting the ball more inside at the moment?
I mean, I can get the ball more, but we're playing a great game. The ball's moving around and we're taking open shots, so I'm not really focused on that. But at the same time, yes, absolutely, I am planning on being more aggressive the second half and getting the ball more and just taking it to the hole.
And you keeping Perth to 34, was defensive focus coming into this game for you guys?
Definitely defense for us. Our offense will come, but they're doing a great job of getting on the O boards, and that's one thing we have to, on the defensive end, work on right now is keeping them off the O boards for second chance points.
Okay, best of luck for the second half.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Defense was the word for Illawarra, and it is working so far. Half-time here in Perth, and it's the Hawks leading the way 41, the Wildcats 34.
The Indigenous round, I think it's one of the best things the NBL does.
I've learned so much about it throughout my stint here.
In the off-season, we do several community activities in the regional areas of WA, and coaches, players get very involved in that.
I think it's really cool to learn about the history and to see just different parts of the culture, and it's something that I'm glad they do that round to acknowledge it.
It's a great initiative for the league and around the country.
Great to have your company, and of course it is the NBL Indigenous round. Very excited to see these jerseys and the performance so far, gents, of the Illawarra Hawks. They are absolutely pantsing the Perth Wildcats.
This is what's confusing. Why can they come out and play like this with so much aggression and passion and they didn't have it last week? That would be confusing Justin Tatum. But with that being said, they've come out and done exactly what you want to do when you're on the road. You want to get off to a good start defensively and take the crowd out of it, not take bad shots and execute. They're doing a good job so far.
Let's look at, what are you smiling at?
It's a 7-point margin, like I don't know if you're getting pants right now. It's 7 points. You got one team that's, what, 6% from the three-point line. There is plenty of game left in this one. So,
Hungry Jack's highlights, and of course, the big matchup with the big boys underneath the basket. JaVale McGee is absolutely carving it up at the moment, Damien Martin.
Well, we heard JaVale McGee interviewed at halftime by Annalee Maley. He needs more looks, and he even said himself, I'm going to be more aggressive at the offensive end, but he's more than happy to sit back and watch and see his teammates do their thing because they're putting points on the board. But McGee, we've seen it pretty much every single game, maybe bar one this season so far. He's been brewing again.
They tried to throw Aquera onto him early in the game. It didn't seem to work. Then they decided we'll go back to JLA, gave a little bit of do-little action, but nothing's been able to stop him.
There's not a human being in Australia that can guard him one-on-one, but to start David Aquera on him, I thought was a good idea and let JLA be a help defender and double team him. That looked good when it was working, but if you let him play one-on-one, if you go to JaVale McGee Island, you're going to leave there disappointed.
Well, there it is, the Blackmores individual stats for both the boys. And what are you making of the matchup? And how does JLA get back at him? He did it in round 3. How does he do it again?
Well, what I'm seeing so far is neither big is getting enough looks at the offensive end. But when it comes to answering your question, I'll be saying JLA maybe take a step off the block, maybe catch it at the high post and see if he can take him off the dribble. That's where he had some success last time these two players matched up. Maybe they go back to the well.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Glued to the TV, mate. Back-to-back, some blockbusters coming up.
You betcha. Melbourne taking on Adelaide. This is going to be a beauty. Can anyone beat Melbourne at the moment, or is this team a chance to cause a bit of a stir?
Not this year. Melbourne United, I've already said it, they're going to go through 2025 without a loss.
Okay, we'll see. I think Bryce Cotton might have something to say about that. And, of course, the Kings will take on the Jack Jumpers. That's going to be an enthralling contest as well.
Yeah, I thought we saw Matthew Dellavedova back to his best. He's running the team really well. I think the Sydney Kings will get this one done at home.
That Sunday tonight is here in Perth. We've got another half to go.
Cotton again.
Cotton continues to slice and dice the Taipans defense.
Just at his mercy. Bryce Cotton in the early going has 11 and just runs him ragged. Here he comes, 2 more for Bryce, who's got 18 in the game. Wow, beautiful 2-man game with Rakocevic and Cotton. That is 36ers basketball at its best. He is monstering the Taipans, is Bryce Cotton, and that is why you go out in the off-season and you pay that man any dollar figure in the world that he wants. Bryce Cotton is doing Bryce Cotton type thing.
That is a brilliant shot.
He is 1 of 1. He's a freak. 45 already for this man. He is a one-man wrecking crew, Bryce Cotton. 53 points. A truly extraordinary performance.
Yes, we get to see him in action tomorrow taking on Melbourne United, but for the moment it's the Hawks leading the way here in Perth. 41 plays 34. In trouble for the Perth Wildcats. Mentioned it just before the break. The 3-point percentage not great and hasn't been great all season. Is that they don't have the shooters, or is it the defensive pressure from the Hawks? What is it?
Oh, they've got plenty of shooters. And I say that knowing the numbers don't necessarily back it up right now, but there's no way that they shoot in single-digit figures again from behind the three-point line in the second half. In saying that, how do they get better looks? It typically comes from offensive rebounding, ball movement, pin-down screens, and playing to each other's strengths, which they're not necessarily doing at all times before letting it fly.
It becomes mental after a while. When you've missed so much, you kind of doubt, you start to doubt yourself. It's happened to everybody. But they just, like you said, Damo, run some good offense, focus on other things, and then come back out to the three-point shot. I like to see it go inside, out more, but right now the inside interior game is kind of non-existent.
And is that intimidation because of a certain big unit from the opposition that's inside?
Well, JaVale will definitely make you question your offensive choices, but you still got to put him under pressure. Maybe you can suck in some weak side help and get a kick-out shooter open.
We'll see what they've talked about at halftime, whether they can put it into practice. It is 41-34 here. McGee leading the way with 10 points, also hauled in plenty of boards. And the spread is pretty wide for the Perth Wildcats. 7 is Doolittle. We're underway. And once again, the youngster will get the ball into his hands early. In ball. Now to McGee. McQuarrie up on him. He's looking to hand it off. Nearly stolen by Riley. Now it's with Harvey. Looks inside. Time ticking away. 6 on the shot clock. Go to your star. Because he can do anything, Tyler Harvey, and he can do exactly that.
What a shot maker. What a shot maker. I mean, Damo, what kind of offense is that? It's just a guy that's just with an immense amount of talent.
Well, really did a great job early in the possession, taking them out of the play they drew up at halftime. But shot clock winding down, got the ball into Harvey's hands and really stayed in front of him, but that's still not good enough.
Amy replay. We'll have a look at that right now. They just knew the shot clock was winding down. They got it into his hands, and he wheeled some magic.
Little hop back. Yeah, Tyler's a pathological scorer. Don't matter what the score is, where he's playing in the country. He just knows how to score.
The old saying, hand down, man down. You know, it's an untrained asset when it comes to defense. Nick Kay did it better than anyone, if you remember Nick Kay. He would carry the hand according to the shot, the hand that the player he was guarding shoots it with. So in that scenario, he would have been holding his right hand up the whole time. You're not going to steal it off him, so don't have either hand down low. Just always have it up high and always have one in his shooting pocket. Unfortunately, John didn't that time. Jaron.
9 points. McGee just bustles his way through. Now courts and nearly got the round the back pass working a treat. Just a little firm for everyone. No one knew it was coming.
An underrated passer, extremely skilled. Dribble, shoot, pass. Only thing he isn't doing is shooting threes. You can't have everything.
No, and that might come later in the season. Just pull it out of the bag of tricks. JLA now looking to get it to Doolittle. He's trying to work his way in. Hard to stop this man as well. He seriously plays at his own pace, doesn't he? No one's rushing him. And when he's on song, one of the best players in the competition. So too is this man, Harvey, again for 3.
He lulled Benny Hitchell to sleep. Then he thought he was going to come off that screen. He popped back a la Andrew Gaze, and it was nothing but cash.
There's Henschel nearly turning it over to Aquera. He has to put it on the floor through the legs, spinning straight into Peatling. And that shot off target. It'll be a Hawks ball, and the bench is up and about for the Hawks. They know this is a crucial game, 1-4 leading into this one. A win here, you get to import, and all of a sudden things can change very quickly. You can charge up the ladder. Peatling looking for the handoff. Lani's been superb. Little fumble from Tyler Harvey, but it might work to his favour because he's going to get inside in, and JLA does well. Little block shot. Aquera keen to take on ball. There was a lot of body contacts. He still scored the 2. Into the post they go. Double team comes. McGee. Harvey receives. Really will pick up the crumbs.
David Aquera doing a great job there. Clear cut game. Oh!
Yo, you better get back on defense, Damo.
JLA turning it on at the offensive ends. Big slam dunk. Amy replay. Here he comes. Flying Joe sending it home. Here's Harvey down the other end. That one rolls around. Maybe the Cats now have been inspired by their big man, Doolittle. That was a rush shot. Wani up against Joe Lualachul. He might throw it inside. Good option in the end. McGee.
Gotta get some movement.
Has Doolittle.
Or maybe.
That's the first time he's really had an open look and missed it. Maybe a little bit more pressure in the ends. There's a foul, and JLA is just starting to get hold of this game right now.
He is great foul there by Wani Swaka, the Bullock. Very smart heads-up play. Knew that he could not contend at the ring with JLA. But you're spot on there, Damon. At the other end, if you're going to roll the ball into McGee, all eyes from the Wildcats were on JaVale. What is he going to do here? You've got to have a weak side flash. You've got to have players spotted up. You can't just all stand and watch. And if they do that, I think they'll reward him, because you said it earlier, he's a willing passer and a good one at that.
So Joe Lualachul's shooting from the foul line is horrific at the moment. He's at 28%.
I'm gonna respectfully stay out of this conversation, John, really, and Damo.
What did he say to you, Damo?
Was it no one was below him?
Yeah, I think he did. So back to 5 points. Joe Lualachul nearly caused the turnover, and there'll be a foul inside there. This is where I really like, and I'm surprised only because I didn't know too much about him leading into the season. But Joe Lualachul's leadership has been really impressive. I watch a lot of the practices, and he's very vocal, and he really leads. And he's been a huge recruit for him, I reckon.
And he really wants success. It's one thing to pay a fortune for a player who, yes, maybe in a box score you say it was worth it, but no, it's all those intangibles you don't see that make it worthwhile recruiting a player like JLA, such as the leadership, such as his want to win, such as his desire to make his teammates better.
Yeah. He's underrated. Like, he's his persona, like he was at Melbourne United where he was very deep, and you wouldn't say that he was the leader of Melbourne United, but he was a part of a phenomenal leadership organization. He goes away for a year, goes overseas, comes back, he's in a different environment. He has to assume more of a leadership role with this particular team, and he can do it.
Yep. So there's a challenge here on the shooting foul. Oh, there's a little elbow.
All ball by Jay Riley. If they called that foul on Jay Riley, unless they call.
So you could have been that elbow, or was the foul on Riley? Just, yep, so I reckon it might have been called on Riley, so it'll be a successful challenge. The one before, though, was...
Yeah, a little chicken wing to the jaw. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah. So an interesting one, that, on that occasion. So 47-42. The challenge will be successful. So a good call for John Riley, who's been a little frustrated with the fouls called so far.
See, you got good, really bad, really. head coach John Ridley, who's working the refs. And then you got Jen Ridley over here, who's smiling at the refs.
Yeah.
You got to balance it out.
And they came together, they drove together.
Checking at home, dinner comes out. JR's like, no, steak's burnt. JR's like, oh, I love it. Tastes good. Like, they just compliment each other. Good cop, bad cop.
So we're going to jump ball, and it is successful. We might, as we wait for this jump ball. Annalie, you listened in to Justin Tatum.
I did, and he was talking about how McGee is getting doubled and they need to punish that, find the open man. He said send through a slasher because they're not hitting their threes at the moment. So creating some sort of movement from the double team to get an open shot. He's like, we should punish him. It's 4-on-5 out there at the moment.
So here we go. We'll see how the Cats can respond here. Hawks have been superb so far. I feel like this man, though, is on a mission. He spins around and hooks it in. It's the JLA show right now.
Like you said, Damo, bring JaVale McGee outside the key a little bit. He went left, but came back to his favorite right hand and just put up a beautiful soft jump hook.
That pass a little loose from Harvey. Wani puts it on the floor. And the elbow misses. Jalo Alachul on the break. He sees the basket. The pass outside. A little sloppy in the end as the pressure came, and he decides now to receive it back. He doesn't even look at the basket on that occasion, just hauls it over the top.
The Wildcats seem to have gained control of the tempo, though. We're not seeing that frantic pace we saw in the first 20 minutes of the ball game. Instead, it seems like Illawarra have dropped off of what was winning for them or working for them in the first half.
His basket won't go. It's always the challenge when your depth is tested, as Aquera sends it up. Loala Chul misses. Henschel there to finish it off.
Much better job by Perth Wildcats. Illawarra Hawks are helping them to a degree by not featuring JaVale McGee. He's doing a good job setting ball screens and dribble handoffs, but that's not going to put any pressure on the Perth defense as Mason Peatley. Strong drive with the left hand.
You're right, though, Damo. There's a lot of tired players out there. There's probably more tired Hawks than Wildcats at the moment, and plenty of reinforcements are coming as Henschel drops in another two. This margin is getting a little tight now. Justin Tatum needs to make the changes. Back to 1 point.
Yeah, we're about to see 3 Wildcats sub in and 3 Hawks sub in. It's a rarity to see 6 new faces all take to the court at the same time.
They're just hanging on. The pass, though, inside was all right. Harvey was out of courts. It's just when you get a little tired, you start making a little mistake.
All right, here's my rant.
Yeah, go.
You want to give JaVale McGee the ball inside, but you won't, so you'll get him to give you a ball screen 22 feet from the basket, then try to force a tough pass, him rolling to the basket. He was already there. Just give it to him. The big man gonna get frustrated today with just running him up, running back, running up, running back.
Ran over, we good?
Ran over.
You got any more?
Maybe later.
In the corner, Doolittle. Won't go. 3-point woes continue.
The second Harvey cooled down after that hot start. You're spot on, though. This next look should have been, okay, now let's get it to JaVale, because if they're going to send the double, they addressed that at the timeout, saying this is how we're going to counter it. Instead, they never even gave themselves an opportunity to make the most of it.
So Damo was 5.9% from 3 at halftime. It's now 5. Okay? So I'm not rounding that up, right, to make it look better.
That wouldn't have helped either. I said they can't possibly stay single digits.
It's going lower too.
Has anybody ever not made a 3 in a game? What's the lowest total? It's Toddy Blanchfield.
Blanchfield did well. Missed shot though from Froling. Wagstaff with a black eye and all gets the rebounds. 1 point the margin. Pepper gets it back again. Little 2-man game on that occasion. The 2-point shot will be a little short. Bolden's rebounding has been magnificent.
Yeah.
Here's Bales reaching in from Dante. Stolen. Pepper now on the break. Will he take it all the way? Yes, he will. Wildcats have hit the fronts. Hawks need to talk about it.
Great job by Elijah Pepper. He was pinned in the post with Harry Froling. Look how he's fighting. But Bawali threw a bounce pass instead of a lob pass. And he gets out in transition, gives the Wildcats the lead.
50-49 the score. Pretty keen to head in and listen in now to Justin Tatum. This is Tangerine timeout. He'll have plenty to say. They've just slowed down a touch, feeling the pinch. Let's go in now.
Open pass, I hope. You got me? Let's go, come on. Not at all. Let's go reverse high splits. Reverse high splits so we get ball moving side to side. You got me? All right? But at the end of the day, we got to get layups and secure off of them or kick it out for the open shot. So please see the person open when he's open, not too late. You got me? On the defensive end, let's go. Let's go, man. Rebound on 3, 1, 2, 3. Rebound, let's go.
What came out of that for you?
Oh, it's pretty much going back to everything that they were successful at doing in the first half. So they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They're just trying to go back to their strengths. So a nice, calming, in my opinion, type of timeout from Tatum. They're just reinforcing that we're good enough, but we just got to go back to what works.
And Annalie listened in to John Riley. Annalie.
Yeah, you're about to see some press here from the Wildcats. He wants to keep up in on the defensive intensity and stick with the press until it stops working. And on the offensive end, run some plays for Pepper. That's what's working, and that's what he wants.
It'll be a Wildcats ball. Plenty of bodies crashing there. Well done, Annalie.
They did get a stop, but they gave up a wide-open Todd Blanchfield corner three. I just don't believe you can full-court trap like we did in high school and college in a professional game. I think they dodged a bullet on that one.
We'll see how long they stay with it, I suppose. Closing in on three-quarter time. It's been a good little fight back from the Perth Wildcats. Just checking if we lost a little bit of time on this occasion. So Wildcats have, as you can see down the bottom of the screen, they've only been in front for 48 seconds of the game. It was a really great start from Illawarra.
And Perth didn't panic when Illawarra was obviously playing with all the aggression. They never built a big enough lead to make Perth really almost consider, oh, we're in trouble here. It was always kind of around the 7-8 mark.
Yep. And it's been 16-8 in this quarter. Still a bit of time, though, left on the clock.
If I was JR at half-time, I would have played your clip when you said they got absolutely fancy in the first half, despite having a 7-point margin.
Well, it should have been a bigger margin, is what I meant, Tony.
Only the 4th foul called this quarter. It's incredible, the physicality they're being allowed to play with.
You would have loved that back in your day, Dave.
Yeah.
Good grief.
We're back into it now. Wagstaff's getting some minutes. Pepper really slipping over. Blanchfield has him covered at the moment. Noah just throws it up in off the glass.
I saw him practicing that shot 2.5 hours before the game. Mind you, he didn't use the backboard.
Here's Froling working really hard. He'll be fouled there.
Bit of miscommunication there by the Wildcats, not knowing who was guarding who after there was a mismatch down the other end.
Froling goes to the line, that one a little short.
Only the 6th and 7th free throws lucky by the Hawks in this game.
He slots the second. We've got a couple of changes too. Cockleherg will come out of the game. Struggled to get minutes in the first couple of games, and then all of a sudden his last two have been really good. So just taking a little bit of time to impress John Riley at training, to get some minutes. Hasn't let him down.
He's been great. You forget how young these next stars are, but when given opportunity, give them time to get used to living abroad, style of play, their teammates. But as you said, back-to-back good performances.
Pepper into the corner. Mayan put it on the floor. He might get it back again. Pepper, 5 on the shot clock. Will have to go to work. Hand in the face by Harvey. In the end, the pressure was good. Tyler's waiting for it down the other end. Bales is quick. And he might be able to set him up here. Little shot fake. Then shoots.
I saw the same thing I saw, Damo. He was close, but he wasn't close enough. Tyler still had a good look.
Here's JLA. That one misses. The body's just flying everywhere as Blanchfield to receive. Bolden. And he'll be fouled. So McGee just looking down, had 10 points to the half. He's still got the 10. So they've slowed him down a touch, and Illawarra got himself up to 11 points. And he had 5 to half time. So that matchup's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, hasn't it?
Well, it's a low scoring game, but this era doesn't feature any individual superstar and make him a focal point 90% of the time, like back in me and Damo used to play. Like if we had a guy of that dominance, they would have got the ball almost every possession down the court and we'd have played off of it. Whereas now it's more equal opportunity. Can't say I'm a huge fan either this play.
So it'll be still a Hawks ball. Froling did really well, and as I say, they had 11 points for Illawarra and 11 rebounds as well. So he's double-double so far, and 10 for McGee.
Gee, if you had him in your Supercoach team, you'd be happy with that double-double.
You betcha. So McGee's back on the court. Could he respond late in this third term? Bales, creative, into the corner. Froling has already dropped 1-3. Over the top, McGee did well and then snuck around the other way and missed it. Jesse had no idea where he went. And the ball fell into his hands for a rebound. Love seeing Jesse Wagstaff take on McGee, two of the oldest players in the competition, and such difference in height. And Jesse just keeps battling away, doesn't he? Love him.
You see a few differences, do you, like?
Yeah, I've noticed a few. One's got a black eye. Here's Wagstaff feeding again to Pepper. In he goes, and he's missed it.
But he's aggressive.
Yep.
He's a very strong guard, Elijah Pepper, too. Like, when he pulls up and shoots jumpers, the jumper looks so good technique-wise. I'm surprised he's not shooting a better percentage, but he can also put the ball on the floor and attack the rim.
Well, you mentioned Jesse, and the reason he's out there right now and the reason he's had such an incredible career, and I dare say we'll see his jersey retired in the rafters at some stage, he's realised that they're switching every time he's involved in an on-ball screen. And because Pepper in that mindset of every time I get a mismatch, I'm going to attack the ring, Jesse is more than happy to be accommodating insofar as providing a mismatch, or at least that switch, so that Pepper can go off the dribble against a taller opponent where he's going to back himself in.
Little warning previously for Froling as well, so much happening in this game. Joe says no. He's had a big third term, Big Joe.
Didn't like that one, David.
Now, shots like that. Now, Wally Bales has that in him, that he can all of a sudden decide that I'm the best player on the floor and go up against an absolute giant of a shot blocker. That is not the play, Tamo. It's just as simple as that. Maybe he was thinking 2 for 1, but not against JLA, no.
Continues, he struggles at the foul line. 3 of 9 now for the big man. He gets the second, though. It's going to go down to the wire, this one. 55 plays, 51. 30 remaining. Harvey charges through the key. The pressure immense. Now,
triple team.
Triple teamed, and Wagstaff just hugged him. He wanted the foul desperately to be called on him.
You see what happens on the full, so they press on a free throw. 1-2-1-1 diamond, whatever you want to call it. And as soon as they break the press, this is what happens. I'm perplexed why they would do something like that. But I guess they maybe want to speed him up a little bit.
Get a full shot clock coming down the other way. See if Illawarra will buy it. Sped up, early shot in the scheme of things, which and now see if they can reward themselves with some freebies.
The first up miss for the big man. We've already handed out burgers, so the fans won't be peckish. And that one just drops in. So 3 points this margin, low scoring. It's been an arm wrestle up to now. Maybe a chance here for Perth as Pepper receives the inbound. He's all over him. 1 second differential. The shot clock.
expect to see Jesse set it on ball.
Here's Pepper, has to shoot. And he drew the foul. Oh, dear me. So the foul's been called on Bolden with only 2 seconds remaining.
Great poise by Elijah Pepe. Made a great crossover move and got in front of Jonah. And didn't shoot it straight away. Just kind of hesitated a bit. Put Jonah in a real bad spot. Whether it was a foul or not, it looked like one.
So Pepper to the line. Drops the first, coming off a ripping game against Cairns, 18 points to his name. In this game, Elijah Pepper has got the 6. Now 7.
What's a big lead, Damo, in a game like this?
Well, I'm just wondering whether either team will actually be able to break it open with some consistent three-point shooting, because they haven't necessarily slowed down the amount of attempts that they're having a look at. But if one team gets hot for a 3-minute spurt and puts 9 points on the board, because both teams have struggled at times, I could see 3 minutes being the difference where one team gets hot from behind the three-point line.
Stole that one, threw it up. 3/4 time. It's the Cats by 6. 13-point turnaround from half-time. Perth with all to do in the final term. The Hawks with a lot of work to do, but here we go. Some big highlights from some big boys. McGee first. And then Joe Luala-Chul says, anything you can do, I can do just as good. Fourth term coming up. It's 58-52. The Wildcats lead it here in Perth. Welcome back to the jungle. 1 quarter to play here. It's the Perth Wildcats leading 58 to the Illawarra Hawks 52. Everything on the line for these two teams. Shooting has been all the talk. Perth still sitting at 4% from the three-point line, 34% from the field. The Hawks have dropped 2 to 36, so they're having their troubles as Joe Luala-Chul can't make it go. McGee handing it off. What have they got up their sleeves? The Hawks superb for the first half. Ran out of puff in the third. Still time, though, to turn this around. Quick passing into the corner. Harvey That's a great start.
And McGee didn't touch it, but the reason Harvey was open was because he really wanted the ball, and it meant that the Wildcats were setting up to double him.
Here's Joe and gets the 2. He was fouled. Joe Lawala-Chul, superb since half-time.
Yeah, that seal, Damo, that deep post-up forced JLA to help. Well spotted, point guard premier over here, Damian Martin. And then JLA punished him on the pick and roll. Defensive breakdown by the Hawks.
14 and 12 at the moment for Big Joe. Make that 15. Six points still that margin. Trying to get it in this man's hands as much as possible. Quick pass, Wani was covered. Sneaking around the baseline, ball shooting away, that's a little firm. McGee, strong work, gets another 2.
Wani, when you go back to the hotel, when you watch this game back, remember the 8:50 mark of the 4th quarter. It's those kind of seals, Damo. He's got to get the ball, and Wani didn't pass it for some unknown reason. When a man posts up, Lockie, and his wingspan, listen to me, when his wingspan is 7'6", and he stretches out, he is wide open, wide open. He got to get that.
Had a couple of rants tonight. Did you say I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologise. I like the ranting.
And well, hang on, to back that one up, McGee really wants to get a ball on the deep post, and that's 3 possessions in a row where they've just looked him off.
He demands the screen. Wani puts it on the floor. Well done, finger roll, nice.
Damo, what's your thoughts on running guys off the 3-point line and giving them a layup? I mean, can't you just contest the 3? I mean, I don't know, but it's got to be a good closeout.
Yeah, there's always the exception to the rule, but we're talking about top 3 or 5. If that's Chris Golding, you're running him off the line.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah.
So foul there for Tyler Harvey. He's only got a couple, so no concerns there. Jackson Ball, wow. 3, and that was nice.
Sneaky bitty.
Yeah, Jackson was just caught out a little bit there. I mean, he's just finished learning Pythagoras' theorem, so he's still learning the offensive sets for the Wildcats.
They'll go again, but there's a bit of holding going on.
Justin Tatum is an old-school inside guy from St. Louis, Missouri. They've spread the floor now almost like an old-school triangle, Damo. Take the help away, throw the lob to JaVale McGee. He drew the foul.
A lob again. Oh, dearie me! David's walked away. He ran that in the hoop. In the face of Joe. Still a 2-point ball game. It deserved more cheers. Wildcats fans should have actually cheered for that, to be honest.
If he don't get the ball next possession, somebody's going to have to come over here and sedate me. Yeah. After what we just saw. Amy, hello? Amy. Thank you very much. Dump it in, give it to him, drop, step, spin, 2 hands.
Oh dear.
My God.
Here's the reaction to Damo walking away.
My God.
Oh dear. That was good stuff. Here's McGee again. He's feeling it. Wants his team to get over the line. Kickstart their season. He'll get another rebound. Really, his hands were good, but McGee good enough to get it back and put it back in the hoop. All tied up. So it's Joe in the 3rd, McGee in the 4th. And a foul there. He got sucked in.
Great take by JLA. Joe knows the scouting report says make me go left. He can, Damo. He just prefers to go right. Showed great poise. Showed JaVale the ball. The shot blocker the ball and got himself to the stripe for 3.
And these 2 stars have really stepped up in the 4th, haven't they?
Watch, yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better. This has been a lot of fun to watch.
He's He's up to 18 now.
Oh,
12, 17 for McGee. Didn't throw it in, but why not when Harvey sneaks through the key?
Joe didn't even look to help. Joe was not leaving McGee there. The seas parted and Harvey found himself wide open for a layup.
And that's what happens when your guy seals like that. You can't really help. Tyler had just a
Just managed to get back into court.
Foul there for Jayla Valachul. He's got 4-2 now, so that's a concern. They've racked him up.
Wow!
He was out of court. There was a little fella behind in the box, and he was yelling and screaming. He knows his basketball because he saw it.
I didn't see a thing. If the refs don't call it, it didn't happen.
So that's a big play there, isn't it? Joe sits down now with his 18 points, 12 rebounds, but the 4 fouls. Blanchfield shooting and scoring. Illawarra back in the lead.
You recognize that flex cut action, Damo?
He's really under pressure. They'll get it to Doolittle. Into the corner to Henschel. Really, this must go in. It does.
Great use of the body there by Jesse Wagstaff. Managed to do enough to make sure that really was wide open for that one.
His ball keen to take on Doolittle. Back out to McGee. Wagstaff standing, waiting for him. Doolittle just sagging off a touch into the corner. Wagstaff can't make it go. Basket for basket. 5 remaining in this game. Wagstaff shooting. Look at the timeouts. The old basketball there.
The old cagey vet, Jesse Wagstaff, only his 2nd shot of the game. Pick and pop, could always get his feet set and stroking.
Tangerine timeout at 72-68. Some handy points there for the Perth Wildcats. 5 remaining in this quarter. Good spread of scorers once again for both teams. Jayla Valachul with 18 points. He's got the 12 rebounds, 12 to Henschel and 9 to Christian Doolittle. McGee's been terrific in his final term and the first half, 17 points. He has 10 rebounds, so double-doubles for the big boys. And Harvey has 16 points. His game's been superb.
Superb game. Played with the right amount of desperation. The stars are coming out. Teams are making a good focal point. Every possession matters, Damo.
Am I correct in saying that when you had your hard enough column that you called out the Red Army for not being passionate enough last time you called it? What do you make of this tonight? Much better?
This is what I heard about. Yeah, this is what I heard about. You can't swing a cat in here.
Let's get stuck into the last 5 minutes of this game. Red Army's up and about. 2 teams having a real crack. Ball looks inside. Blanchfield's quick pass will come back into his hands. The veteran can't make it go. Desperate was really. Ball just bouncing around, ends up in the hands of Bolden. Just shoves off Wagstaff and scores a 2 in the corner. Nice basket there for Jonah. Let's go to Annalie courtside.
Yeah, listen, Coach Tatum, he was talking about a lot of offensive sets, but the clear message going into the game was to focus on D. Like he said, we need to get, in some colorful language, some stops to win this ball game.
Benny Henschel. He struggled from outside the 3, but comes to play at the right time for Perth.
When this game gets a little bit of a playground feel to it, Benny Hinchel's like, this is my style of play right here.
He's got the 15 points, 1 of 5 from outside the arc. Wagstaff, desperate. Henschel, back to back. No, won't go. Quick down the other end, the Hawks. Harvey, smart. Wants to set something up with another step back. Shot off target, it'll be a Wildcats ball. Gee, Jesse Wagstaff's minutes have been crucial, haven't they? Yep. Just puts his body in the right position, makes all the right plays, sets the right screens, he's had a good game tonight.
Yeah, he's been absolutely big time when it matters the most, as we see McGee subbing back in now, so you'd assume that he'll play out the remaining 4 minutes, as we also see JLA subbing for the man you just mentioned there in Jesse Wagstaff.
So JLA, just a reminder, he's on the 4 fouls, so he's got to watch himself, but with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, you don't mess around.
Yeah. We'll be all out attack.
Spoken about him a couple of times, but I've been really impressed with Jackson Ball. 17 years of age, as you say, Damon.
Oh dear, it's an offensive, he's off. He caught McGee in the face. And that'll be a foul, we'll review it. Yes, we're going to review it, says John Riley.
Oh, yeah, that's
that is a foul too. So he'll be done for the game.
What are the odds, Damo? He was out there, what, 3 seconds?
Yeah.
Gone to put an arm bar out, instead he's gone way too high with it. Yeah, they're not winning this challenge.
No. So we'll see whether it is successful or unsuccessful. We know what the answer's going to be, and that is a big blow for the Perth Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean,
their best player will be off the court for the last 4 minutes of the game. He's had the 18 points. He's hauled in the 12 rebounds.
It was on, too.
Yeah.
The fake was on. Just didn't need to lift that arm, because you can see JaVale's left arm. He would have probably drew the foul himself.
And challenge unsuccessful.
That is huge.
Get your ass back out there, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's going to have to go back. So Joe's, he's a little surprised by the call, just watching him over there. He shakes his head in disappointment.
18 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocked shots. JLA, what a game, but just an unfortunate, so we're going to miss out on the next 4 minutes.
It is unbelievable too, and sorry to go on about Jesse, but he's now back into the game at his age, and he's going to play such a crucial role in the last 4 minutes of this game.
Thought he was going to the bench, putting the blinder up, a bit of Metamucil, read a book.
That's it.
What is his diet?
He has to defend Bolden here. Joe Bolden's had a really good game too. 7 points, but he's done a lot of great things. Is McGee can't make it go. Doolittle be his defender for the rest of this one. You would have to think big screen set, hand in the face. Was a little short from Pepper. Harvey keen to get it down the other end.
Oh, wow.
Stops. Scores! The 3 will count, but there's also going to be a foul, an offensive one. Pushing foul. So there's a
basket should count.
Yeah, that's
JaVale.
One of the refs was saying the basket will count. And there's the foul underneath the basket. Well, was called for that one. So 75-73 is that score. He's got 3 fouls. Should be safe.
The 17-year-old said, I'm not having it.
That was good, Pepper. Loose ball. Pressure now on both these teams. 2-point margin. Doolittle.
They missed him.
Really, big screen set for him. Wanted to hand it off. Now he draws the foul. A little pump fake and got McGee. So just as I say, he should be okay. He's now on the 4 fouls. Might be his 4th, yes.
2 in a row. Great poise by Jaron Riley. Shot fake the big man. Got JaVale McGee up in the air. If I could sum up Jaron Riley in one word, it would be that, poise.
Under pressure, development player now starting. Interesting to see what happens when David Duke Jr. comes to town, whether he starts or whether really heads to the bench again as he slots in the second. 4 points that margin. Long way to go in this game. Bolden gives it to McGee. There's the lob pass, there's the dunk.
That is a great play. Split high post action. Tyler comes off the dribble handoff. Haven't seen enough of that play if you're a Hawk supporter.
Wagstaff getting pushed around a bit, and Harvey was just trying to get through that screen, and there'll be shots.
Elijah Pepper thought maybe I can, Nah, never mind. Damo, Jesse Wagstaff, your mate. There's no substitute for smartness. The team's IQ goes through the roof every time Jesse steps on the floor.
He's plus minus, and I hope I'm going to not embarrass myself here, but game in, game out, his plus minus is pretty much always in the positive regards where the Wildcats are going to lose for exactly that reason. He just makes his teammates live. He's just so smart.
4 points still. Hawks won't go away. Just need some back-to-back baskets here. Or maybe a three from Tyler Harvey. Didn't go. McGee underneath and rolls around. Tapped away by Wagstaff.
Get Jesse, get on the rim.
He got up high. Kept it alive. The Cats down the other end now. Really into the corner. Wagstaff on the floor. Goes for the two. Can't make it go. Still 4 points. Harvey can do anything. Decides this time to go with his right, score the two, and draw the foul.
I'm still recovering from Jesse going baseline with the unfortunate miss. But look at Jesse, get up on the...
Oh!
Damo sways on the rim.
Oh, yeah. Mate, his wife's already texted me saying we're printing that one out. Like, that one is going to be a poster in the Wagstaff household within days.
Harvey to the line to make it 1 point. This is brave from the Hawks.
This deserves an extra 5 minutes.
It does.
I'm here for it.
Doolittle into the front court he comes. Brilly. Screen set for him. Out wide it goes. Pepper. Now Doolittle. Rattled Wagstaff aboards. Settle Damon. Henschel, fade away, shorts. Rebound's good from Bolden.
What a great offense, too. Great ball movement. Perth got the shot they wanted. Straight inside.
They go straight to the main man. McGee, under the rack, scores the two, takes the leads.
The pterodactyl. Can't play him one-on-one down there.
This has been massive. He's into the 20s.
This is going up. This is going up.
Henschel, one-on-one with Bolden. And shot, so Bolden's fouled. Henschel was smart enough to get the shot away, and 2 shots for Ben Henschel.
And Justin is saying it, Jonah, you got to just do a better job. You got in too tight, and once Benny started dancing with the ball, Damo.
Henschel looking for his 16th point of the game. Leading the way, Tyler Harvey with 22. McGee with 21. 11 to Wani. And then on the flip side, it's 16 now to Henschel. Maybe 17, 18 to Joe Lualachul, who's fouled out of the game. 9 to Christian Doolittle and Jaron Riley. But it's all about what happens in the next 37 seconds. Perth back in front by 1. You know where they're going. It's either the Harvey or the big man. Screen will be set. Harvey looks inside. McGee with the floater. 2 ball points to his name. Hawks by 1. Big final play possibly. Henschel says get out of my way. Shoots away, a little short. Harvey will pick up the crumbs. Got to foul him, and they do.
Wow.
And the Hawks will go to the line in the hands of the superstar himself.
JaVale McGee with the floater. It's rare when you see a 7'1" guy, Damo, shoot a floater.
2-man game, gets it from the 3-point line, couple of dribbles into a floater. knows he has to go vertical because he's got two guys waiting to take a charge.
So a bit of a pause here as we await. Tyler Harvey will go to the line. He's had a massive game. Can he lead his team to the victory? He slots the first.
Wildcats have timeouts. You'd imagine that he knocks this one down. They're going to call the timeout in advance. It's plenty of time to draw up a play to get a look to tie it.
He said it deserves overtime, but it'll need something special here, and it will be a timeout for Perth.
Damo, can we talk tactics?
Are you going to foul? Is that what you're going to ask me?
Damo. Why give a team a chance to shoot a game-tying three when I don't have to? Let's play the foul game for the last. I know this is a decision that divides a nation. Where do you stand on it?
Well, I think with 4.5 seconds to go, it's enough time to shoot it as soon as, if it's a good play, they get it into the hand straight away. You're going straight up, so you don't have time to foul. Because for the Wildcats, if they miss it, they still might be able to get a tap out with 1 left on the clock and still get a second look at it. If there's 8 to go, I'm more like you because they're going to try and wind it down a little. You take less risk in fouling straight away because it's highly unlikely they're going to let it fly as soon as the ball comes in bounds.
Okay, what do you think about this tactic? All the Hawk players stand on the three-point line. Face guard their man.
Give up the two? Yeah,
Give up the two.
That.
Don't try to be in the key because there's nothing going to happen in the key.
Yep. No, I'm more for that. We're just all standing on the three. I'm happy for an alley-oop dunk, and there's still only 0.2 taken off the clock. We'll play the free throw game if need be.
Who's this play for, Lockie? For the free ball.
You'd have to say, well, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of options there. They just haven't shot it well. So
they are 4 for 30 from the game. The Red Army is hoping they go 5 of 31 on this possession.
Maybe it's Wagstaff, top of the key. Top of the key on McGee. We'll see how it pans out. They've got to get it in, though, first.
Oh, he's wide open!
Pepper! Open line! She goes! My goodness me! They couldn't get a foul, David. It was that quick, the ball movement. Straight into the corner, and Elijah finishes the play.
Johnny really needs to host a clinic for out-of-bounds plays with 4 seconds. Look at his action. Oh,
in
no,
it goes. They knew straight away Pepper was going to that corner. Good pass.
Jackson Ball got confused on the switch, and Elijah Pepper made him pay the price.
And Damon's copying it a little bit.
They giving it to him. Who's that dude, Damon?
That's Neil Barnard. He's the courtside announcer, and he's just reminding you that the Red Army do cheer louds. But they watch, mate. That's important, Damon. You can walk away saying, somebody listens to me.
Hey,
might not listen to you at home, but somebody around the country listens to you.
Saturday Night Red Army, they don't mess around.
Well, it's still game on.
Okay, Damo, let's talk tactics.
We're not fouling. If the Wildcats foul here.
If you had a 7'1" guy with a 7'5" wingspan, would you put him in the Mitsubishi logo and just score a lob?
Just say jump. Well, with no JLA there, I'd literally just have him there. They might set a back pick and try and do something like that, but just jump.
It's got to go to Harvey, doesn't it?
No, I'm going McGee.
You're going McGee, are you?
Back pick, lob.
Rolled up. To the ring. It goes.
He's fouled him.
He's fouled him.
Oh, he made it.
Foul on Doolittle. McGee will go to the line.
Hang on, was it before it came in?
We got to see the replay to see. I couldn't see the angle.
The ball had left the hands, said the referee. Behaviour warning on Doolittle. Oh, dear.
Is that soft, Damon?
And it looks really soft initially. It's just whether he ties him up with his left arm. Does it get under it? I'll have to see it again. But
this, we need to look at that at least 5 times.
Well, even if they don't call it, that went in, didn't it? Even if they didn't call it.
I didn't even see the ball go.
No, it didn't go in.
It missed it. Okay.
Yeah, missed, yeah.
JaVale McGee is 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
So we're just seeing if the ball was inbounded before the foul.
He does hook up his left arm. No, he's got him hooked.
Yeah, he does hook him. So McGee will go to the line.
He's from the great state of Michigan, Lockie.
Yes.
Just want to put that out there.
Yep.
Jaron Ridley's talking some noise to him.
He's 1 of 2 from the foul line in this game at 50%. Clock will be reset, 1.2.
This is the clock, that's what we're doing. Right, there we go.
I'm going to say it's been a whole lot of holding and hooking throughout the course of the game.
Yeah.
And to pick that when there was 1.2 seconds left.
JaVale McGee will go to the line, the superstar, the NBA champ. With 12,000 booing him. Rattles the first. He'll go again. Drops the seconds. And we got a timeout for the Perth Wildcats. 1.2 on the clock. Look at the strut from the big man.
Flint Town. Flint, Michigan.
24 points for JaVale McGee. Also holding the 11 rebounds, 3 steals. Big Sunday action coming your way as well. We look forward to seeing Melbourne United take on the Adelaide 36ers. Damon says United will not lose a game this season. And
No, I didn't say that this season. I said for the rest of this year.
Oh, right.
They can lose in 2026.
Okay. Right, okay. That's fair enough. Sydney Kings take on the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. Lucky you clarified it. Looking forward to that one, though. But 1.2.
It's time, Damo. It is time. You can take a dribble with a second 1.2.
Here's the shot that went in. It was under pressure. And Justin Tatum just goes, yeah, thank you very much. That's why we pay you the big bickies, big man.
He's worth every cent.
Same play, Damo?
Oh, they don't have time to do the same. What, at the other end, the Wildcats run the same. I don't know if they've got the athlete to do it. 1.2. They rehearse this at training in case a moment like this ever arises. So this won't be the first time they've gone through it. It's just the first time they've done it in a game.
So same position where the ball will start.
Somebody's flaring to that weak side corner.
It's Illawarra by 1. 1.2 on the clock.
Hey, he wants to pass there, and your arm's over, it's a technical foul. Okay? Just so we're clear.
A little bit of warning there for Jonah as to where he can stand. The inbound, Wagstaff in the corner. It was blocked by JaVale.
He was wide open too, Damo.
And the big man has stolen this game. The Hawks winners in an absolute classic. 85-84. What a terrific game of basketball. That was great theatre.
Wow, yeah, it was. Somebody was always going to be stiff to lose that game. Both teams, as we see, JaVale helped out on Benny Hitchell and recovered just enough because of the 7'6" wingspan. But somebody's going to be stiff to lose this game. Big plays made by both teams, Damo. It's going to be a great, long season.
Such a crucial win for this team. I know both teams needed to win, but Illawarra, they were 1 and 4 coming into this game. This will give them a lot of confidence. Got an import coming to town. Here is the star once again of the game with Annalie.
Here with the player of the game. That was intense. How did it feel to be out there down the stretch?
Oh, it felt good, man. Perth put up a hell of a fight. The fans in here are going crazy. Everybody's against us. It was a great crowd, a great night.
And what do you think the message will be for your team moving forward? That's a crucial win for you guys.
That was definitely a crucial win. This is a team that has beat us before, and we came in here with a mindset that we can't lose any more games, and it showed on the court.
And like you said, playing in front of this crowd, it's hard. You know, this crowd, they really get around you guys. But what about the message to your fans back at home watching it?
I know you guys are supporting through the TV. And we really appreciate it. We're going to keep fighting. I know our record isn't what it's supposed to be right now, but we're going to keep fighting through it.
I appreciate you. Hell of a game, man.
Have a good one.
Good little message. The Foot Locker player of the game, $250 gift voucher for that man there. And get himself some new shoes, maybe. But those shoes right there, they're smoking hot. He was terrific. Finished with 24 points for the game. We got so much to talk about. It was the Hawks winners by 1 in Perth over the Wildcats. Welcome back, Indigenous round, and it delivered a sensational finish. Elijah Pepper in the corner. Nearly stole the game in the end. A foul on JaVale McGee, who scored the big basket from the foul line and then made the big play at the end. Just got a hand to it on Jesse Wagstaff's shot. That was just a massive performance from a man that's come with a huge reputation, and he lived up to it tonight.
It's a game like that that can turn your whole season around. You go on the road against this team in this front of this unbelievable Red Army, and you come out with a good win. It was them against the world. Could have went either way, but down the stretch, they made the right plays.
What did you make of the stats? And then let's have a look at the ladder as it comes up as well. Anything stand out in particular?
Both teams started to shoot a little bit better from behind the three-point line. But one of the things about looking at the ladder now, the Hawks jumped 2 spots, and I don't see them slipping below 8th again. I just think that with the quality of imports they got coming in, well, one coming in, one with their superstars returning soon, I just think that this Hawks team is slowly but surely starting to figure out how they can get the best out of McGee.
Well, the final score was an absolute beauty, 85-84. And in the end, it was the Hawks who came to town and stole the show. This big man was a big brute underneath the basket. He was far too good in the end. Well done to the Hawks, 1-point winners.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.